Lend me your ear. With that phrase, countless poets, playwrights, and bards have started their stories. An explicit request to not just hear them, but listen to them. So today, lend me your ear, as today is dedicated to unmuting people, to giving people a voice, which means that today you will probably hear a lot of powerful talks and great ideas. But I don't have a great idea for you today. Instead, I want to bring some attention to the other side of unmuting. It is not new, it is not revolutionary, and it is not shiny. In fact, it's very simple. It is so important to listen. Not just to hear someone, but to listen to them. So, let's start with a question. Who of you has ever been sitting opposite of someone that was checking their phone whilst having a conversation with you? And who of you has ever been checking their phone whilst having a conversation with someone? Now, if you've never experienced either one of them, please let me know, because I'd love to get to know you better. The poets and the playwrights of old knew what they were doing when they started their stories with "Lend me your ear." Because they asked for what is only natural when telling a story, is that your audience pays full attention. And they knew that a friendly reminder wouldn't hurt. It was basically the old version of the cinema signs that tell you to put your phone on silent, or as we've heard right now, to put your phones on silent. But where it may have already been hard to pay full attention back in the days of "lend me your ear," it has become even harder today. With distractions all around us, social media rewarding short attention spans, and a culture of outdoing those around us, it has become increasingly rare to listen. With scientists saying that our collective attention spans are narrowing year after year after year, to the point where they're even smaller than that of a goldfish. Unmuting will often be seen as action, as standing up, as speaking out, as raising your voice for others. But unmuting is so much broader than that. It can also be about not standing up, and not speaking up, and not raising your voice for others, but instead, letting them do that themselves, by giving them a stage so that they can speak up about what matters. Now, that means that unmuting is also so much broader than the big, bold, life-changing questions. It can also be as simple as just letting someone vent about their day, or voice their opinion on something they find important. In short, the process of unmuting does not just involve white men like me standing on a stage to spout new ideas. It can be so much broader than that. Now, I'm no saint when it comes to listening either. I also frequently trail off, lose attention, or check my phone. But there are so many benefits to just listening. These benefits are further than just answering an audience question, winning a debate, or getting a high grade. These benefits can include helping people speak out and feel comfortable, and even, quite literally, saving people. I've had a few rough years behind me. I was walking around with an undiagnosed chronic pain which appeared virtually out of nowhere. For close to a year, I went from doctor's visit to doctor's visit, whilst being in absolutely excruciating pain. Now, with my social life crumbling, with the constant insecurity of what I was going through, it was no surprise that my physical pain turned into mental pain as well. Yet, throughout all of this, the people around me listened. The closest friends and the strangest doctors alike, they took the time to listen to what I had to say. They did not judge me. They did not interrupt me, but provided me with a safe space to talk about what I was going through. And supported by the ones around me, I kept going. And things improved. A diagnosis was found. I've learned to live with my pain, and I'm having a blast at life in general. Because people listened, even when I was in my lowest of lows. Now, for a long time, I've been wondering whether I wanted to share this story here. Because let's be honest, it's kind of difficult to talk about. But precisely because people listened back then, I feel able to talk about it now. I've been unmuted. So the process of unmuting can be beneficial for yourself, but even more vital for the ones around you. But how can you improve your listening skills? Well, for that, there are 3 simple steps. So, lend me your ear as we run through them. The first one is to be comfortable and break the awkwardness around silence. Let people finish their sentences uninterrupted. And if a conversation falls silent, be comfortable with that silence. Silence, however, does not mean passivity. Listen actively. maybe even nod, but make silence a bigger part of your listening. In short, empower silence. Second, do not be afraid to look for clarification. Do not be afraid to ask questions during conversation to make sure that you get what the person opposite of you is trying to say. Do not try to show how smart you are by asking questions on a topic and then present it as if you know everything, but genuinely do it to grasp what the person opposite of you is trying to tell you. In short, ask questions. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, is not what comes during the conversation, but afterwards. Just take a brief moment to let words sink in. Think about what was said and what that implies. In short, reflect. Empower, ask, reflect. EAR. It truly is that simple. Lend someone your ear, your empowerment, your asking and your reflection. Because unmuting does not have to be big and bold. Unmuting does not have to concern life-changing topics. Unmuting can be as simple as lending your ear to someone else. And that is the other side of unmuting. Thank you.